Hello, everyone. I would like you all to subscribe to my channel. Your 40s um, are to buy the drinks. Please subscribe. Also, rate, comment, and subscribe, as I said. Okay, everyone. This is the review for Belle Collective, Season 1, Episode 6. Um, we start out with Latrice and Letitia meeting up with each other so that Letitia can explain how the brunch went and what was her big news. Um, she explained the brunch and she told her about the Fair Street project, and Latrice was excited to get involved, especially with you know, again, with everything that's going on. They were excited to talk about business. Latrice wants to, she has her attitude of, I want to make sure that those who are going into business get a chance to have some of my knowledge that I didn't get a lot of from anyone else. So I did like that conversation. I thought it was very sweet. They both were really, they both discussed their businesses and how they plan on doing that together. Sorry for the movements. Anyway, they discussed their project, and Latrice is going to get involved, and she's excited. Then they get to talking about Marie because Tisha told her that yes, Marie and Essie both signed up to be a part of the project, and Latrice told her, yeah, Marie's kind of mean, and she likes and Letitia, I was happy she said it. So are you? Um, it sounds like there's a lot of backstory involving all these girls, and in real talk, I do believe that Marie is more or less the production bone carrier. Whoever production, you know, put out there to, they always have one. A few years ago, it was Sheree for Atlanta. I know that Carlos loves to have one shit stir. So it looks like that's kind of Marie. They discussed that. In the next frame, there was I again, I'm trying, you guys. I'm not gonna be mean like that. They discussed Marie, and then they moved on and just finished discussing business. I did like that they came to the consensus that they're gonna work together though. So building up Fair Street sounds like that is going to be the end goal for almost all of these women. We move on. Tambra went to her fertility doctor, and I'm happy that she's kind of including this because I do know a lot of black women who have had fibroid issues, and people don't know how it people get it. So I'm kind of happy that she's discussing it. But that's that. The doctor explained that the fibroids are coming back, and she is trying to help figure out if she has to have a surgery again because she wants to actually implant her eggs so that she can try to get pregnant. So that was kind of touching that she, wanted to discuss that. After they moved on from that conversation, I think she kind of had a lot of thinking to do. Um, I like Tambra a little bit more than every episode. I don't like this lipstick, but and I've heard a lot of people discuss her makeup in a lot of videos that I watch. I think it probably looks good in person and it doesn't read well on camera because I noticed the other day I don't wear makeup. So I was like, "Oh, my skin look a mess." Like, but then when I go and look in the mirror, I can't see that. So, it reads all of the small things that I may not see directly. Um, like today, I think, oh, I'm having a good face day. Um, but then, I record something later on tomorrow and it will be a whole different ball game. So, whatever. But I think the lipstick and stuff, her makeup just isn't reading well on camera. And you guys have really gave her the business on Twitter as well as in these reviews. So maybe by next season that will be something different she has to deal with. We move on to child. I'm only gonna deal with this one time. I'm sick of Antoinette. That Kaylon I can fucking ignore. Bitch, you like any other Karen out here. You another Karen that wants to run around and show her white woman tears and we all supposed to stop what we're doing and woo woo you. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm more mad at Antoinette. Bitch, quit bringing her ass around. You know who. There's no way you have went to college and medical school or dental school and not know who her grandfather is. That motherfucker is who he was. There's no way that family, probably up into the 60s, maybe the 70s, who knows, probably even the 80s and 90s, we're still calling black people colored. So I'm sick of y'all trying to get Kayline a little bit. I'm sick of Carlos. Get this bitch together. I'm sick of looking at her. But Antoinette decided to have a lunching for some black doctor friends, and they were just talking about entrepreneurship and apprenticeship, some mentoring of some young black students. They discussed all of that, and of course, all of these black doctors, and then she invites goofy ass white Kaylon. Kaylon, who's supposed to be a nurse, whatever, she's annoying. The bitch again. Don't give me that shit that your family is not racist. Your great great grandpappy is the king of all races. So fuck out of here. Hell, they just took the damn Confederate flag as as Mississippi flag off the Capitol. How many years ago? All of one, two, three, maybe. Fuck out of here. You knew who you were. Anyway, let's move on. Um, they discussed that, and then as the luncheon ended, and Antoinette and Kaylin stand off to the side and talk, and Antoinette just was like, "How did you like the luncheon?" And she was like, "Oh, I feel like how you must have felt with all the white people." No, bitch, you will never feel what she felt. Let's move on from here. I don't want to hear this dumb shit. Not never again. Not never. So anyway, they move on from that conversation, and we move into what is her name? Uh, Kaylon decided to say Antoinette told her she's having like a house opening or what is it called, a housewarming, and she wanted to sage her house and rededicate it, to her single life. As they were talking, she asked her, "Well, who are you bringing? Are you coming or not?" I hate when people do that to me, but I also know I do it to people too. So I need to stop saying I hate when people do that. But anyway, she claimed that in that moment she said, "Well, I talked to Marie And in the conversation, it was kind of a long no. So it sounds like Antoinette did invite Marie, and then Marie told her ass, "Nah, I'm straight on that shit. Your friend really outdid herself." So I'm just thinking that it was more on Marie not being bothered than actually Kaylon being there and Antoinette saying, "Don't, bother, don't come." So anyway, they end up discussing that, and then she just said, "Well, I can't wait to help you rededicate your house, whatever, But the whole I know your experience now after that brunch, that's some bullshit." Moving on. Let's move on. Latrice and her husband, who looked like an old ass stalker. Um, I'm sick of the zaddy thing. Please stop. Pretty please. Please. Somebody in production, tell her that shit is annoying. Anyway, he left her a note saying that he had a surprise. She got all dressed up, and he came in with a gag gift. And then he was like, "Calm down, calm down." She was real irritated and angry. And then he went and changed clothes, took her out on the grounds in their golf cart, and he blindfolded her, took her out, rode her around, and then he took her to the gazebo on their land. Now I don't know if that's her house or not, but baby house is nice. I'm gonna give you that. Nice house. I don't know if that's theirs. I don't know if it's just his and she just moved in, but their house looks beautiful. The landscape and everything. Um, so she was talking about that, and he ended up going to the gazebo on their grounds where he had dinner planned, and they end up having a discussion. And in her own way, I think she was trying to give this little speech of how she appreciates him, but she brought up something that he had done, which was, the ladies or something, and he got mad and offended that she was basically trying to say he had cheated on her. But I do remember in a couple of episodes prior that he did call one of her friends beautiful, and she was offended by it. So I think that's what she was talking about, but she really wasn't trying to offend him. And then he got all hyped up and upset, and he left. And so he was like, "If you getting in the car or are you walking, whatever, back to the house." And they were on the he was in a golf cart, and he sped off, and she was upset, and she was out there crying, looking stupid as usual. um so moving on, we get to Marie, and Marie is sitting with her grandson, and she's waiting for her son and one of the other grandchildren. I guess he has three boys, I'm not sure. Anyway, um they discuss, that come to find out she has lupus. So I don't know if this is a way to get on everybody's little sensitive side, but I'm happy that she's brought up like a little softer side of Marie. She told her son that he needs to grow up if he's going to take over her legacy that she's trying to build for her family, that he's going to have to get his act together. And I was happy she told him that. Get your act together, buddy. So he ended up, her husband showed up as well. And that was kind of a weird conversation, too. So, and I mean, I didn't give too much energy to it, but he was kind of helping play with the kids as well. And so they played with two of the grandkids and her son and her husband. And like I said, she explained the lupus and her sickness and how she was pretty much down for about a year, and she had all these pills she had to take per day. So I'm happy that she did talk to him because, like she told him, you ain't getting my empire, ruining it for your siblings and even your kids if you don't go get a college degree. You cannot have my money. And I love that she had said that. But I am going to say this again. This the politician, legal person in me. Get a will and get a good ass attorney to make sure that his ass ain't really the only line of defense because you got other kids. So make sure that happens. So that's that. As they went on, we get to Antoinette's rededication housewarming party thing. And she named the little party Sage and Champagne. So we have Latrice, and I think I have to get her name right. Melanie. Is she, I think Melanie's, uh, her and Melanie, I think that's the PR lady for Latrice, but I think she's also kind of a friend of the show. Tambra, as well as Irritating Ass Kaylon and a couple of other friends. And so, as they were standing around talking, Antoinette said something snide about Marie. Now, again, you want to coddle your friend, that's on you. But we don't want to hear, we not all, we all the rest of the black people ain't about to coddle this bitch. That's your friend. So that's that. So Tambra asks, how did everybody like Letitia's proposal for Ferris Street? And, you know, everybody like Latrice, Melanie, as well as even Antoinette, they like the idea and they want to get involved. And Kaylon, of course, opens her fat mouth. Oh, I'm all about empowering black people. I'm all about empowering women. But I hate that, like, these brunches, if they're becoming an earring removed and shoes, I don't think it's too volatile. It's violent. You know, I don't want to be around volatile people or persons. And so that's when Tambra, who was kind of already side eyeing her and getting her, she finally got her together. She said, in the 5, 6, 7 years I've hosted this brunch, that's never happened. And it looked like Latrice as well as Melody both were kind of co-signing what Tambra said. So I think they were basically saying, you the only problem that was there. So Antoinette called herself saying, well, I don't want to talk about Marie or any of that. I want to do what I said I was going to do. And so she goes in and brings out a platter with a bunch of sage. It's really thick. In all honesty, I love how some people use it as a bundle. And some people, like, I've used sage before, you can take it apart and use it as singles. So everybody has their different ways of doing things. But anyway, they all took a bundle and they were trying to light it with a, whatchamacallit. It's hard to light, period. So they used the stove and they were all saging her house and talking. And then Latrice, in her own fun way, was like, girl, we gonna get you some man, a man. We gonna get you some man. So they all went out and they went in the bedroom and Latrice was like, I want you to, I'm a sage you a big black man for this bedroom. Let's do your lingerie, your underwear drawer. We gonna get you all together. Now, like I said, I've done sage before, and the way I was taught, you're supposed to roll out the negative spirits and roll in the good spirits. So I like how they were. Now the one friend who saged her bathtub, I thought that was funny. Cute little white girl. That's who I want to see, not Caroline. I think Carlos called himself trying to add a little bit of history to this, but I don't want to see this bitch no more. Anyway, so they laugh and joke, and as they're smudging the house, the smoke has filled up the house, and the fire alarm comes on. So they doing the most, but it was cute. Um, so they tried to get the smoke out and everything, and that was that. So the last segment was Latrice and her do-over dinner for her anniversary. She set up on their patio a nice saxophonist, and they had a music, well, just a musician period. And she brought in a masseuse and had someone make dinner, and they had drinks, and she explained to him what she was trying to say in her the evening before. And while they were discussing all that, he just was saying he didn't mean to make it, shouldn't have went left, and they both talked. He took his gift back. I forgot to say that when they had their argument, but he bought her a Rolex. She said when he left, when she went to bed, the Rolex was on her nightstand. When she woke up, it was gone. I'd have cussed his ass out. And so he gave her Rolex back, told her how he appreciate her, and he really didn't want to hurt her, and that he is in it with her, their future and everything. So, he gave her the Rolex back. Again, I'd have cussed his ass out the moment I saw that bitch missing. She asked for her masseuse from her shop to give him a shoulder massage while they drink and eat. And he called her his queen, which is what she's been waiting for. And she said, like she said, she has abandonment issues. We all see that, baby girl. Anyway, and so, as they discuss their situation, they get up and dance. And all I can say is, because he still looked like a creep. Now, the end. On the next Belle Collective, Letitia got a better wig on, like that. And she goes to the to the councilman and discuss Fair Street, and he kind of scalded her about the brunch. Um, she was kind of hurt by that, and so they discuss it. It looks like that's what's gonna happen. Then Tambra is going on a date with her ex, and shall again. I'm gonna need Tambra to let some of this, either let some of the hair go or let some of the makeup go, because you got too much going on for your little face. Um, the husband is not answering calls, and Essie and Marie are discussing it. And again, we all know you and Essie together, so your husband is doing what he do. And so they have a event. It looks like they're at Tambra's house, just the ladies. And so I think Tambra is trying to gather the ladies together, and then it looks like it's gonna be all hell breaking loose, and that they're gonna argue. So whatever, you bitches need to let it go. Anyway, and then I think as they move forward, we gonna hear what's going on. But I didn't like the preview, so hopefully we'll see what's what. Thank you. I just want to know you, that's Belle Collective, Season 1, Episode 6. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Oh, Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a good night.